Hello there, and today we are going to be explaining pain. Well, actually not pain. Today we're going to be explaining, telling stories about my cat, or the cats which we had. Because then it got stolen by some people in some sort of weird hotel in the country, which we talked to them a few times, but then after a few times, basically we just argued that we wanted our cat back, and then nothing. There was nothingness. Yeah, I didn't edit that. I was just trying to be cool. Anyways. So story number one. Sorry. That was just my brother, I think. I don't know. Okay, right. Oh yeah. So, when we first got to Dottie, the cat, our cat, which has now been stolen. She was a little kid. I would say half of you expected that. And Tommy got a little bit too close. And he got scratched in the face. But I didn't see nothing. I just didn't see nothing. I just watched them, and I just heard Tommy crying, and apparently Doyce just scratched his face, and I forgot if I even saw the mark or not. I'm just confused how that happened. Am I blind? Do I have dementia? Did I actually see it and forgot immediately? I don't even know. But here's another story. So this is the story about three kittens Dottie had, which I think the oldest one was like some sort of boy, I don't know, and the other two were they were like girl kittens, whatever people call them. And when they were born, on the exact day, it was morning, and I gone immediately to Dottie's bed, which was in my parents' room, and all I saw was blood. And little me didn't know at the time that blood is just what comes out when anything is born, if it's not a reptile. I didn't know, and I was confused. Did they ever fight? And then Candace gone, which just scared me. The hell, it just got me the hell scared. But then after a moment, I realised, oh wait, this is meant to happen. No, they saw the eating thing, so she didn't eat them. So then I just ran the door, and it turns out downstairs there were 3 kittens. And turns out Callum was lying. Or was there a 4th one? I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. There was no 4th one that mysteriously died. If there was, I would have heard screaming, and that there would be a body, or someone just put the body away. I don't know. But so then, but when they were when they became a little bit older, they would always go on my bed. And this was before I had the top bunk, because we used to do, because me, Dylan and Tommy, which in my last story videos, I talked about how we just had pain in my last 3 story videos. We would used to switch beds. Now I have the top bunk. This is when I had the bottom bunk. I was like 5, 6, and the kids would always come to my bed, and I'd always to just play with them at night. Yes, I was already sleeping, and they would just come to my bed, and I would just play with them. I don't care. I didn't care if anyone else was sleeping. I'm 5. So, that was expected. And I think one time or a few, and I'd always
Poles of wax,
just
colours
get
and darks.
2 books.
Ready to go.
And I'd make some sort of like camp out of them, like some sort of tower. Like, well, not necessarily a tower. I'd get one on one side and one on the other side, and then it'd go, and it'd make something tiny could go on top, and then I think like every time. I only remember this happening one time, but I think it happened every time because if it happened one time, it might have happened a few times. It would fall on the coon, but no reaction. So basically, they would have no reaction to it at all, and they'll just continue. And this is the final story about the kittens. Because this is the actual final day we even talked about kittens. Well, this was the first day they were in the house.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering where all the kittens were. I mean kittens. I was wondering where all the kittens were, and I was searching around. Dylan's friend came to the house, and Lem asked them where the kittens were, and they said that you had to put them, and that we had to give them away, because they were getting too old, and apparently kittens, at least I think this is only kittens, yeah, but I know at least kittens do this. When they get older, they don't recognise each other, so then they'll fight each other. And for us to prevent that from happening, we had to give them away to 3 of my mum's friends. One of the friends had 1 kittens each. So basically like sharing equally. And I cried. But that was before they explained it to me. But a few years later, in the present day, my mum showed me some pictures of her 3 friends with the 3 kittens. It turns out they love them. And they're having the time, and the kittens, they're having the time of their lives. And they're no longer kittens now. Now, let's go to Dottie. She was, I think, some sort of like mixed breed. No, I think she was some sort of like mixed coloration cat. One of her of the parents, well, or we'll just say cats. One of the cats that took care of her. Let's just say cats. One of the cats was black, and one of the cats was white, which solves racism. If you think about it deeply. That joke was not for my kiddie audience. then they gave birth. Then whatever one was the mother, just gave birth, and then we had Dolly, and then we adopted her. And I tried to pet her once, but every single time I just tried to pet her, she tried to bite me. So basically, if she was still here, I don't know if she would still bite us, but any time someone would try to bite it anytime someone would try to pet her, yes. Anytime someone would try to pet her, like pat her head, she would always try to bite their hand. She would always try to nibble on the hand, which basically means she did not like it, which is why I only tried it once. Don't worry, my hands didn't get nibbled on and then increasingly bleeded, and I had a severe blood loss. So I had to go to the hospital, and then I had a 50-50 chance of dying. Don't worry, that didn't happen. All that happened is I just slowly put my hand away as she also slowly tried to bite my hand as she was on the sofa. And now this is the final story. So this is the one I explained at the start. One time Dolly left the house for a few days. And then these sort of like nurses for some sort of hotel or something just took her. They're wearing like white or blue suits that look like blue suits, and they just took her. And my mum argued that was their cat, and after the argument they just gone like, no, I don't care if this is your cat, you're not having it back. Which I don't know whose side you're on, but you probably expect me to be on my mum's side. I am. And that is what led me to the depression arc. For 2 years, I think. And now I'm having another depression arc. About how I resetted some points of my life, and now I will never feel the same. Yeah, that was not a good part of comment. Well, after the argument happened, I never heard from Zoe again. Look, my mum never did. I never heard from those people again, and no one ever talked about it again. Until now. And that is me. The dumb little kid who has gone insane too many times. Mentally. I've seen too much. I've lost my sanity. I'm probably the guy who would probably fake smile while looking at their little brother after they annoyed me. About to punch them. And that is actually foreshadowing for my next short. And that is it for today. But I'm going to shout out to this thing on the internet. I don't know if it's an app, a website. I just know a little bit. Have you? By the way, warning. This is not a sponsorship. They have not sponsored me. I have heard of them from watching YouTubers and seeing sponsorships. On to the video. Have you ever? Are you a small YouTuber who is trying to get to some subscribers and is trying to get monetized and thought of another way and had to abandon plans but which you promised you would make, but also a brand to make where you can't find an idea for it or find a good way to make this new brand or like any merchandise? I got you. Use Spotify. Spotify is used is used by, I think, a lot of people, and turns out I have heard this. If you use it and make a new brand and you make a new merch, and it's limited, it might just get sold right after some time. I don't think that much time. It's going to immediately be sold out, and the maximum I think it will take probably a day. So use Spotify now if you want to help with merchandise. Not Opera. I heard Opera is garbage. I know how it's garbage, but I need to do some research. Bye.
Thank you so much for 10,000 views.